fringes of reality and the edges of speculation, this is the Prometheus Report. I am delighted to make your acquaintance, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and salutations to my fellow Prometheans, and a hearty welcome to all. I am Bram Michelson, your guide, your host, your concierge on this journey we are about to undertake. See, we here at the Prometheus Report like to talk about things that, by most people's reckoning, don't fit easily into a box. This time on the Prometheus Report, we try to cast some light on the Julian Assange Wikileaks mystery.
This week, I think it was, what was it, the Navy? Department of the Navy came out and tweeted, Julian Assange. That was it. And then they quickly deleted that post saying that it was...
Basically, it was trending at the time, and someone clicked on one of the trends and put it in their search thing and hit enter by accident. It's possible that it was just a mistake. Well, it could be one of the guys just saying what's going on with Julian Assange right now.
Or it could be, this is what I like, is it could have been a Julian Assange is dead. Julian Assange has been captured or something like that. Let me read a bit of this article. Navy explains inadvertent tweet about Julian Assange. The Navy on Monday sought to explain why it tweeted Wikileaks founder's Julian Assange's names, attributing to an inadvertent keystroke. This morning, an inadvertent keystroke by an authorized user of the U.S. Navy Office of Information Digital Media Engagement team caused the trending term Julian Assange to be tweeted from the Navy's official Twitter account, the Navy tweeted. The inadvertent tweet was briefly posted for a few seconds before it was quickly deleted by the same authorized user. The inadvertent tweet was sent during a routine monitoring of trending topics, like you're saying.
I buy the official.
You buy it? You buy the official thing. Okay.
And you know me, I don't believe anything.
You don't buy anything.
Because I was in the military and they don't, I don't know, like it sounds like an honest mistake. It sounds like an honest mistake. And they're like, oops, this is what happened. You know, if they were to make up something, usually it's so unbelievable.
Yeah,
they would come up with such a crap. They're not a good liars.
No, they're not good at
the military is horrible at lying.
I must say that they're not terribly good at making up, like, really. Leave that to the CIA or NSA. Much love. Yeah. Sorry, CIA, NSA. Much love. Don't kill me.
Like they're cryptographers, and I'm not saying that they're dumb or anything like that.
No. A lot of very smart people are working for the Navy.
But the guy who actually would be monitoring Twitter for the Navy is probably...
It's just probably a dude.
Just a dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh my God, it's a conspiracy or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about that. But that didn't stop a lot of people on places like 4chan where people have been claiming Assange has been dead. And he's been dead since armed policemen were seen outside the Ecuadorian embassy. And since that point, like, cameras were confiscated, people were shooed away. So I was reading on 4chan. There was a thread that basically started about Julian Assange being dead since 2016. And here's what the guy posted. He says, I'm one of the 15 WikiLeaks personnel that was raided at the same time Julian's internet was cut off at the Ecuadorian embassy. I was issued a national security letter and a gag order, and all my computer equipment was seized. We had several contingency communication plans in place, and I have been unable to contact Julian or any WikiLeaks personnel except through one of our alternative communication channels. Julian is missing, as are most of the WikiLeaks personnel that I had regular communications with. WikiLeaks personnel are not in control of the official Twitter account, which I had heard. After this all happened, when the guards show up in front of the embassy, and everybody got shooed away. People were saying it's gone. And all of a sudden there was some sort of insurance file or a key, PGP key, that was posted to the Twitter account. As soon as the raid took place, there was a giant DDoS attack on the East Coast that prevented the dead man switch from being activated. There was a contingency plan, but it requires physical travel. He says he's on it. There's been an incredible charade to keep up the appearance that Julian is just fine. Several trusted people are obviously under duress, as I cannot imagine any reason why they would promote the charade. He wants to stress that they are no longer in control of WikiLeaks, and he advised whistleblowers do not submit leaks since they are not in control of the infrastructure. The people who control the infrastructure will use it to identify and prosecute whistleblowers. So that makes sense that they would try and keep WikiLeaks going for as long as I can. It did sound like, Kerry had just went there, forced him to cut off the internet, probably ordered them to say, just go get him and pretend like he's still alive. Got him in a cell someplace, cut a deal with him.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And basically, because after that point, anytime he was seen on screen, it took quite a while before he did some interviews, there was a green screen in the background. And there wasn't any before. That's something I sort of noticed.
And the interesting thing about that is I've got this article up here from The Verge as a man can manipulate George Bush's face in real time. Let me just read a little bit of this from The Verge. It says, the classic scene from Bruce Almighty when Jim Carrey uses his godlike powers to mess with Steve Carter's character while he's giving a live news broadcast? That's what this video looks like, kind of, except replaced Steve Carell for George W. Bush, Donald Trump for Vladimir Putin, and Barack Obama, and Jim Carrey for a team of wily researchers. Now, can you imagine what this technology could possibly do in the hands of the wrong type of people? And this is like off-the-shelf technology. This isn't anything that has got... Can you imagine like the boffins at DARPA, what they could do with it? If you throw $22 million at this, you could have this thing looking hot in a busy afternoon.
It's the deep state that has all the good stuff, and the regular Congress people and all that don't get access to
Speaking of deep state, what do you think that Julian Assange has got in his little black box that has got the deep state doing all this stuff? If what you just said is correct, then they must have something that is frightening, scary for the deep staters. What is it? What do they have? Like the proof that we didn't land on the moon? Proof that the Earth is flat? What's in that dossier? According to Wikipedia, Assange has claimed to be in possession of 5 gigabits from Bank of America that was from one of the executive's hard drives. In March 2010, WikiLeaks spokesman at the time announced on a podcast that he had in his possession around 37,000, and some say 60,000 emails from the far-right National Democratic Party in Germany. However, these may have been destroyed. WikiLeaks also says that it has video footage of an alleged massacre of Afghan citizens at the hands of U.S. military. This video may also have been destroyed. During an interview with Chris Anderson, Assange shows a document WikiLeaks had on an Albanian oil well blowout, and it said that it had material from inside BP. That could be quite damning. Assange's lawyer, Mark Steffens, said that WikiLeaks had in its possession a thermonuclear device that it could release if the organization needed to defend itself. And also another thing of interest here is Rudolf Elmer, in January of 2011, hand-delivered 2 CDs to Assange during a news conference in London, claiming that the CDs contained the names of around 2,000 tax-evading clients of Swiss Bank.
The one thing that I'm surprised has not come out yet is the UFO stuff. This guy continued posting, actually, in 4chan. He says he's under a gag order. I admit I'm in fear for my life. I work up the courage to break it. I can't let the global pedophile ring continue to harm innocent children. I can't let potential leakers hoping to expose it be identified. We have hundreds of thousands of emails and documents from secret think tanks. We received these leaks from several sources, including the NSA, FBI, New York PD, France's DGSI, Interpol, Scotland Yard, and Switzerland's MND. Our Podesta leaks were automated, and they decided to let them continue because they knew the contents did not deem a threat to national security, and they wanted to keep up the charade that WikiLeaks was still operational. Phase 3, the Clinton Foundation emails were also all automated. However, they were shut these leaks down due to national security. He's saying there's a silent war that's been raging in the U.S. since 2001 between various intelligence agencies. Well, that is true, because the CIA hates the FBI. The FBI hates the CIA. The NSA hates everybody. They don't share information. They're almost like
It's little children like warring amongst themselves. Yeah.
The FBI is supposed to only work on home soil, and the CIA is supposed to only work abroad.
Oh, yeah, right.
And NSA is, only supposed to be protecting the borders. If there was any question about Julian's safety, he would appear on the balcony in the window to the public, and he hasn't since then.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't appeared since. You never know who is pulling Assange's strings. That's the question I'd like to know.
Everybody thought he was left wing when he released all the Chelsea Manning stuff, and he was making Bush look bad. The guy is completely true neutral.
My fellow Prometheans, thank you very much for listening. I'm interested to hear about what you have to say about this whole Julian Assange thing. Do you think the man is dead? Do you think he's squirreled away in some cell somewhere in Guantanamo Bay? I'd really like to hear your opinions. If you think that we were on point, hit that like button and let us know in the comments below. If you think we were wrong, if you think we're crazy, or both, hit that dislike button and sound off in the comments. You see, we're trying to make this show into a conversation. If you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon too. If you want to contribute to the discussion, consider joining us in the Discord chat. Link is in the description below. What's Discord, you say? Discord is like Skype, it's just way cooler. Now we're just starting out, so please help us grow by sharing this broadcast on your favorite social media platform. Again, thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, be well.